This is Dave from Stallard Training Systems. I'm doing a video on the power of focus. The training in the background is just my training from this past Thursday, so nothing overly exciting. It's just more technique work. I did go up to a decent weight on the pause bench though, so the trap bar deadlift is not very much weight, so don't laugh at me for that. But the baby was downstairs, so I was trying to be really quiet. He was sleeping. But I want to start off by asking this question, and I want you to be honest with yourself. How many times in our lives, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, are we truly engaged in what we're doing? Whether you're talking to someone, whether you are exercising, which I'm going to be referring to a lot, whether you're at work, whatever it may be. But how often can you say you've truly invested 100% of your mental, your physical efforts into an endeavor? I'm willing to bet it's very rare, and I know it for me it is too. But this message was prompted by seeing some people in the gym and seeing how, well, there can be focus, but you can also have the wrong kinds of focus, focusing on the wrong, inappropriate things, for example, but that's not where I'm going at this point. But especially in the gym setting now with technology, everyone has their phones out. Everyone is looking at messages. Everyone's looking at Facebook. Everyone's looking at Snapchat. Everyone is completely engaged in everything except what they're doing. Immediately after performing a set of bench press, for example, they stop, sit up, look at their phone, see if they have any messages, and I believe that while they're doing the sets, they're not engaged whatsoever. It's just more of going through the motions. How many those times that you have been 100% focused on your endeavor, how did it turn out? Probably pretty awesome. The quality was great. The amount of time it took you to complete it was probably less. And I think this can be applied to strength training as well. If you truly focus on what you're focusing on, for example, if you're doing a curl, your goal is to build bigger biceps, and you are just performing a curl, and you are not focusing on your biceps, you are completely missing out on performance and size in this case. Bill Kazmaier, the famous strongman, he won, I cannot remember how many World's Strongest Man championships, and he was also a power lifter in the IPF, but he had the ability to focus on, in this case, his back muscles, and they put electrodes, and they'd measure it through the EMG, and without moving, he could get those electrodes to fire just by thinking about it. Now, if you can do that, then you can focus. But that's what focus does for you. He was able to activate muscles just by thinking about it. And how often do we, in this case the curl again, do you think about your biceps, or are you just bending your elbows? I pose that spending more time on quality efforts which requires 100% of your mental focus, your concentration, that your gains, your strength, your performance, your health would be way better. More often than not, we bring in our baggage when we work out, and that's life, right? That's the curse of being human, the gift and the curse of being human. We have the ability to think, we have the ability to reason, but we also get stressed out, which other animals do not. And by the way, a great book is Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers by Robert Sapolsky. Fantastic book. It talks a little bit about that. But I don't listen to music when I work out. I find that music distracts me, especially music with words. And I found that some of my best training has been when there's been no music. So it's just me and myself lifting. It allows me to focus with even greater intensity than I can with music. I want you to think when you're going through your exercises, I want you to really think about what the purpose of each exercise is, why you're doing it, where you're supposed to feel it, how it should look. I record myself when I train, as you can tell, just to watch my technique, and also so I can do videos like this. But I encourage you to put all that stuff that's unimportant at the time. And I could argue that most things are not as important as time for yourself every day. So when you are working out, when you are training, whenever you're doing whatever it is you're doing, spend it on yourself. Be lost in your own mind. Do not let outside factors bother you. Don't worry about it. Your laundry will finish itself when you get home. It'll be all right. Don't worry about it while you're squatting. But I just figured I'd touch on that because it's so important in everything we do. I don't believe in the ability to multitask. I just think you do everything poorly. Instead of when you focus on one thing at a time and do it properly, it gets done faster and the quality is much better. Hopefully this wasn't too much of a rant, but this is Dave from StallardTrainingSystems.com. Thank you.